Coming up next on Bear News, we've got the schedule for this year's graduation ceremony.
Recognize this logo? Well, coming up later in the show, I'm going to tell you all about a really intense workout that not many people are aware of.
Coming up in sports, the UNC baseball and softball teams had a busy weekend. How did they each do? I'll let you know later.
And I've got your finals week forecast coming up in weather.
We've got all that and more on this episode of Bear News. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us on Bear News. I'm Megan Pressler.
And I'm Jamie Arterburn. Each year, thousands of prospective students and their families attend events on campus to check out all that UNC has to offer. Recruitment events for the 2013 year have come to a close, and it is with the help of more than 300 faculty and staff that the Office of Admissions is able to host those events. To show their appreciation, the admissions team invited faculty and staff to a luncheon at the University Center. It was a chance to reflect on the impact that they all had on next year's incoming class. Director of Admissions Sean Brookhammer and Assistant Director Chris Beardeman both spoke at the annual event. After enjoying some food provided by campus catering, the new dates for next year's events were also announced, as the Visitor Center will begin planning those this summer. Hopefully some of those incoming students next year will be joining us here on Bear News, and definitely we appreciate all the faculty and staff here. UNC would love to see them all recognized.
The end of the school year means more than just finals and moving for many UNC students. The class of 2013 will graduate in two different ceremonies, one for graduate students and the other for undergrads. The first ceremony will be for graduate students. It will be Friday, May 10th at 7 p.m. at Butler Hancock Sports Pavilion. For undergraduates, graduation will be at 10 a.m. Saturday, May 11th. The gates open an hour before, and seating is on a first-come, first-served basis. If Mother Nature decides to make it rain or snow, there will be a delay in the ceremony. If the weather becomes a safety risk, the ceremony will split into two, with both ceremonies being held in Butler Hancock. The first ceremony will be at 10 a.m. for the Munford College of Business, College of Natural and Health Sciences, and the College of Performing Arts. The second ceremony will be at 1 p.m. for the College of Education and Behavioral Sciences, College of Humanities and Social Sciences, and the University College. The decision to change the ceremony due to weather will be decided May 10th at 5 p.m. The Bear News team wants to congratulate all graduates and wish them luck on their future plans.
The phrase "once a bear, always a bear" applies to every UNC alumni. Bear News anchor Megan Pressler follows the life of an alumni who's reaching high notes and high accomplishments.
It's been almost 1 year since Colleen M. Jackson received her master's in voice performance here at the University of Northern Colorado. Now her hard work, determination, and connection with teachers is paying off.
It's challenging for any student out of college to get a job, especially for someone who studied the arts. UNC alum Colleen Jackson shares how she handles the good and bad.
So it's enduring those no's and remembering that it's okay and it's not personal, you just weren't a right fit.
Her right fit came when she was offered the lead role as Violetta in La Traviata, a well-known work of Giuseppe Verdi.
It was just a life of fun-loving and not really a care in the world. Violetta then falls in love with a not-so-wealthy country boy, Alfredo, in the first act. And she has this huge debate of whether she should continue the life that she leads now or take a leap and find this unknown world to her where she can be loved and loved back in return. So
She embodies her character by making it personal.
finding a way to make that sacrifice and think, how would I feel if I had to do that and give someone up that I love.
Colleen hit high notes in the opera and learned a new language while doing it.
Colleen Jackson recently accepted a position with the Opera Colorado as a soprano young artist. Reporting from Fraser Hall, I'm Megan Pressler, Bear News.
Thanks, Megan. The toughest part of the semester is almost over, but then students have to worry about moving things out of apartments or dorms and into another house for the summer. After the school year is over, some students start to panic about getting all of their things back home, and getting together plenty of boxes is one thing, but driving it across town is another. While some get ready to move things back home, others are looking for a place to store their things over the summer or even sell them on Craigslist or to students in need.
I feel like it's a pain sometimes just because you have to move everything out every year, but I feel like it's not as bad as it would be if I had an apartment, because in an apartment you have your own furniture and stuff, so you'd have to move everything like that.
At the end of the school year, you can always find signs around the dorms or people trying to get rid of some unwanted things. Make sure to keep an eye out. You could possibly score a good deal. It was really warm at the beginning of the week, but then temperatures have decreased in the last few days. Will this warm weather be back soon? Bear News meteorologist Paul Ford has your first look at weather. Paul?
Thanks, Jamie. We're hoping it'll be back soon. Right now it's about 43 degrees. Not quite as warm as the 80 degrees we managed to hit on Monday, but still not as bad as yesterday, where we barely broke freezing. 51% humidity out there, not too bad. And we've got winds gusting from 6 miles per hour coming from the west. But on this day in 2012, we actually were at 81 degrees and sunny, so not quite as warm as it is today, but we'll have to deal. In April 2013, we've had the warmest of temperatures at 82 degrees on April 29th, but one of the warmest highs that we had on April 9th was actually 21 degrees, so quite a difference there. And when it comes to snow here in Greeley, we got around 20.4 inches, which is about 14 inches above our normal. We actually also had 3 record lows. Coming up in weather, do we have some rain on the way? And I've got your finals forecast plus your graduation forecast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Paul. Coming up after the break, we've got some travel apps for you this summer.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
I was little.
Summer vacation is just 8 days away, which means it's the season to travel. Bear News meteorologist Paul Ford has all the best smartphone apps that will help you stay organized on your next trip.
Summer vacation is just around the corner, and that means it's travel season. Today in the App Wrap, we don't just have 2 apps, we have 5 applications for your smartphone for all of your travel needs.
When planning for your trip, use TripIt. You can enter all your flight, hotel, and any other detail for the perfect travel itinerary. This is the perfect companion as you continue your getaway. It will give directions from point A to point B and even detailed maps of the concourse of the airport you're at. Once you have your trip planned, it's time to pack. Pack the Bag is the perfect option for those of you who always tend to forget something at home. It contains predetermined categories for those things you're most likely going to bring with you on your trip. It makes adding to your list as simple as can be. Once you have everything checked off, you're ready to go. If you're planning on flying or picking someone up from the airport, check out Flight Track. Thanks to their clean, intuitive design, it will help you track a flight in seconds. Never miss a flight again. Pretty cool if you ask me. If you're going to be doing any driving, especially in a town you don't know, Gas Buddy will save you a lot of money. Thanks to user-submitted reports, Gas Buddy will provide you a map of the cheapest gas prices based on your location. Definitely worth saving a few dollars here and there. And finally, if you're heading somewhere foreign, iTranslate is a must. Choose from 60 languages to translate to or from, and it even includes a text-to-speech feature, which can come in handy for those words you just can't pronounce.
Me encanta tener noticias.
The best part about all the apps you've seen in this segment is that they are completely free. Reporting for the App Wrap, I'm Paul Ford, Bear News.
Thanks, Paul. It looks like traveling has become a lot easier now.
Around finals time, students want to seek revenge on their professors. Last Thursday, students got what they wished for at the biannual Pie Your Professor event. Sociology professors, TAs, members of Alpha Kappa Delta, and other students stood outside of Candelaria Hall to advertise the event. Prices varied depending on which distance the pie was thrown. Students chose to spend $10 to pie their professor of choice in the face or other amounts to throw the pie from a distance. The event accepted credit cards, making it easier for students to pay. Sociology classes were still in session, but that didn't stop students from pieing their professor during class time. The event is held to raise money for AKD, but some of it goes towards the sociology department to help send students and professors to Portland, Oregon next spring for a research conference. The program ended up raising $460 by the end of the event. The nice weather brought a lot of laughs and smiles for everyone that participated.
When it comes to getting in shape, local residents and students of Greeley are able to experience one of the most intense workouts available. Bear News anchor Jamie Arterburn tells us more about a popular form of yoga.
Many students feel they are limited to cardio and weightlifting at a gym in order to obtain a healthy workout. However, little do they know, an amazing opportunity is hidden right down the street. I'm here standing in front of the Bikram Yoga Studio, and a 90-minute class here is more beneficial than spending a week at the gym. Multiple classes are offered every day, with each class consisting of 2 breathing exercises and 26 different postures. Yoga director Bridget Baxter explains the initial challenges of Bikram Yoga.
The hardest challenge is getting past the elements. 105, we try to get it to about 40% humidity. We maintain probably around 25 to 30%. And so right away, the mind tells you, this is not normal, I don't like this.
Bridget and her husband Kyle own the studio in Greeley as well as another in Fort Collins. When addressing the topic of men doing yoga, Kyle shares with us some encouraging information.
For men, I think it's the greatest thing, especially if you love activities and sports. It's creating imbalance to strengthen your body. Yoga is one of the best ways of counteracting that imbalance of strength.
Although Bikram Yoga is highly beneficial, not everyone finds it enjoyable at first, even professional instructors, as instructor Maggie Bush explains.
My first class was horrible. I didn't want to come back. I didn't like it. I wanted nothing to do with this. I hated the heat, but it was the challenge that kept me coming back.
It is recommended that beginners attend more than one class, as it can be discouraging at first. If continued, the long-term benefits of yoga include cardiovascular health, increased flexibility, and much more. Reporting from the Bikram Yoga Studio on 23rd Ave, I'm Jamie Arterburn, Bear News.
The drop-in price for college students is around $13, and a full month for unlimited classes is $29, which, if you think about it, ranges to about $1 to $2 a class if you go every day.
Every year, the Hispanic Annual Salute organization offers students scholarships. Jocelyn Acosta-Martinez finds out who puts together all these events.
The Hispanic Annual Salute in Denver, Colorado puts on a benefit dance every year to help students raise money for scholarships. Univision and La Tricolor, as well as many other companies, team up to sponsor this night's event. And this year, Larry Hernandez was invited to help students pay for college. We spoke to Daniel Sandos, president of the Hispanic Annual Salute, to explain more on what their organization is all about.
Hispanic Annual Salute is celebrating our 34th year. We are a scholarship organization that gives scholarships to volunteers, high school seniors that volunteer in the community.
We also got the chance to ask the guest of honor what his thoughts are on higher education.
Yo pienso que una beca es muy importante y qué bueno que con la música podamos aportar y que la gente ojalá vaya al baile para que queden varios fondos y para que muchos estudiantes pues, logren sus metas.
Usted también tiene un show en Mundos que se llama La Rimanía.
La Rimanía.
Y platíqueme, ¿cómo fue que empezó la idea de tener un reality show?
Bueno, la idea empieza por un amigo de Miami que tuvo mucha fe, estuvo platicando con personas de NBC, de Telemundo, pues, prácticamente de Mundos. Hubo muchísimos ratings de audiencia, entonces estamos ya grabando la segunda temporada y ojalá también me la apoyen así como apoyaron en la primera sesión de La Rimanía. Bueno, a todos los estudiantes yo pienso que hay que echarle más ganas. Nada es imposible en esta vida, pues, alcanzar las metas, que es lo más importante, porque si yo pude, tú también puedes.
Reporting from Aurora, Colorado, I'm Jocelyn Acosta-Martinez, Bear News.
The organization is now preparing for next year's event.
Paul, what are we to expect weather-wise going into our last week of school?
Well, Megan, we'll be back in the 60s starting tomorrow and hope to stay there for the rest of next week, but I'll let you know all that and more coming up after the break. Welcome back to Bear News. I'm meteorologist Paul Ford. Right now, we're looking right outside Candelaria Hall. Right now, you can see there's been some melting with the snow over the past 24 hours since the system has subsided. That's because of all the how warm the ground has been since earlier this week, not because of the 40s that we've been experiencing today. Now, looking at the forecast right now, here's that front that came through Colorado just a couple days ago, giving us all that snow. Right now, it's giving us a little bit of rain over Illinois and Indiana. Now, for the radar right now is showing a couple snow showers over the foothills over Broomfield and Estes Park. They've got quite a bit from our last system, but otherwise here in the Greeley area, we're pretty A-okay. If you look over in the Akron area, though, there are a few rain showers heading over their area. Temperatures in the area right now, we've got a couple 50s actually in Denver right now, but if you head farther to the west right now here in California, you see some 80s, even 89 in Burbank, California. Wish we were there right now. High for today was 43 degrees, quite a bit below the average high at about 65 degrees. Low for today was around 21 degrees, which actually is a record low for this today, which we actually set back to years ago. We beat it very considerably. Lows for tonight, we're looking at lows in the 20s and 30s, 28 here in Greeley, Colorado. If you're heading back into the foothills where there were some snow showers, we're going to see some teens into this lower 20 degrees for tonight. Forecast for tonight, though, we're looking at around 45 degrees. Clear skies all night. But as we head into midnight, temperatures will drop another 10 degrees to about 34 degrees. And then for your morning commute, we'll see temperatures be a bit below freezing at around 29 degrees. Tomorrow's forecast, though, we're finally back in the 60s at about 60 degrees. Sunny skies, but the wind might bring us down a couple degrees tomorrow. Forecast for this weekend, we've got some mostly cloudy skies on Saturday at about 56 degrees. So it'll be a little chilly out there. Bring a light jacket if you must. And then Sunday will be around 57 degrees. Luckily, the sun will be there to warm us up. Finals week forecast, we're looking at temperatures back to about 70 degrees on Monday at around 69 degrees. Then we might see a couple scattered rain showers on Tuesday. And then as we head into the rest of the week, we've got a few clouds here and there. And then Friday and into Saturday for graduation forecast, we're looking at some scattered showers. And if you're planning to be at Nottingham Field on Saturday, we're seeing temperatures around the lower 50s to mid 50s. So stay warm if you're expecting to see someone graduate. Now we're off to Ben Warwick with the sports.
Thanks, Paul. Coming up next, one player on the women's basketball team sat down with us earlier last week to let us know what her next move is. Stick around. Welcome back to Bear News. Well, after losing to Air Force last Wednesday, the UNC baseball team headed to Houston to face Houston Baptist for a 3-game series. The Bears dropped the first game of the series on Friday, but they also made history when UNC turned over a triple play for the first time this century. Unfortunately, a play like that wasn't enough to bring them a win, losing 8-2. Saturday was supposed to be a doubleheader, but the rain and some lightning forced the teams to play only one game for 7 innings. Chris Hammer threw the entire game and gave up 3 runs off of 12 hits from the Huskies. The Bears scored only 2 runs against defending pitcher Tyle Holscher. Final score 3-2 Huskies. During the third game, the Bears managed to score 4 runs in the fourth to gain a safe lead. Sophomore Jensen Park and Ryan Yamani each had 2 RBIs. UNC out-hit Houston Baptist 12-7. The Huskies managed to rally in the 9th inning, scoring 3 runs, but Jake Johnson saved the game to get the Bears their only win of the weekend, 7-6. The softball team also traveled on the road this past weekend to Southern Utah. Saturday was a doubleheader, and Bears starting pitcher Kelsey Chaney allowed 4 runs off of 4 hits. The Thunderbirds were up early in the game, but the Bears managed to get 3 runs in both the second and fourth inning. Lindsey Smith and Caitlin Flynn each had 2 RBIs, which helped bring the Bears to win it 7-6. Second game of the doubleheader, the Bears scored the majority of their runs in 2 big offensive innings. Smith and Morgan Uhas brought in 7 of UNC's 11 runs. The Thunderbirds answered with 6 runs in the 5th and 3 runs in the 6th. The Bears couldn't rally and lost 13-11. Sunday rolls around for the final game of the series. Jamie Pollock hit a 3-run home run in the 5th inning to take a 5-0 lead. Wilkinson contributed to the win by not allowing any earned runs on 6 hits. Southern Utah rallied in the 7th, but the Bears still won the game 6-4. Well, the UNC soccer team is already getting ready for the upcoming season with an alumni game. Our reporter Miles Gregory went out to see how the Bears are doing this offseason. No, I'm sorry, we don't have that video. I'm sorry, we don't have that video, but we are looking forward to see how the Bears will do next season. Springtime is usually about baseball and softball, but that doesn't mean teams like the UNC volleyball team aren't gearing up for next season already. The Bears trained all spring and held their last practice of the year outside last Wednesday. The team took advantage of the nice weather and set up 2 nets right next to the turf fields. Senior Kelly Arnold showed up to practice with the team one last time. This practice wasn't very intense, but rather a time for the team to be together and play the sport they enjoy while outside. The Bears practiced a few drills, and head coach Lindsay Oates stood on the sidelines to watch her team as assistant coach Tom Hunter took over practice. The team won't meet up again until the fall when the preseason begins. Well, there are some things that make UNC a very special place, and one of those things is definitely its diversity. Bear News' own African-born and Canadian citizen, reporter Raymond Jean-Octonier, wants to tell us about an amazing international exchange student. Take a look.
Homesickness. Maybe because of this weather. But definitely not on this track. I introduce you to Javier Cartagena. Holder of a bachelor's degree in business, speaks 2 languages, and last but not least, a professional track and field athlete for the Spanish under-23 national team. Let's just say that this international exchange student from Madrid, Spain, has many tricks up his sleeve.
I got a job at the CITO, which is the Center for the Enhancement of Teaching and Learning. So I also have to work out, go to classes, study a little bit. So I'm kind of busy.
Being a top athlete while going to school is hard work. Luckily, Javier has the help of professionals to help him jump over the hurdles of a demanding work, school, and practice schedule.
It's usually hamstrings and glutes that give you the most trouble.
One of them is massage therapist Mike Zulke, who meets with Javier once a week.
And all, it's great for athletes. Like I said, it helps them perform better, helps them maintain their bodies so they don't get injured as much.
Just like many of us, Javier doesn't really like this weather playing April Fools with everybody.
One day it's snowing, the next day it's sunny and pleasant.
But his heart is warming up to the people and the beauty of colorful Colorado. Reporting from the University of Northern Colorado, Raymond Jean-Octonier, Bear News.
Who doesn't like a cool accent, right? Thanks, Raymond, and good luck to you, Javier. Steve Atwater in '89 and Von Miller in 2011. Is this the year, the birth of the next great Bronco? Reporter Raymond Jean-Octonier was in the Mile High City last Thursday for draft night, and as always, he made sure to bring Bear News to the party.
With the 28th overall pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, Denver selects... Calm down, calm down. The Blue and Orange has 5 draft picks this year, and Manti Te'o ain't one. Get over it, kid. On April 25th at the Tavern Tech Center in the Mile High City, fans and some of their favorite players got to enjoy a great night together for the 2013 Denver Broncos draft party. North Carolina's Sylvester Williams got the call from John Elway in the first round. The extra up in the trenches is welcomed with open arms.
You always say the game is won in the trenches, and I feel like a defensive tackle was a pretty good pick for us.
You bet. It's a man's game in there, and the big boys on the other side of the ball are excited to see what he's got.
Thank you, appreciate it. No problem. Thank you guys for coming. I'm looking forward to seeing how he plays and competing against him during the summer here.
Get ready, Bronco Nation. It's going to be a fun one. Reporting from Denver, Colorado, Raymond Jean-Octonier, Bear News.
Yep, that's my kind of party. Too bad I wasn't invited. Hey, Ray, don't forget me next time. And before we leave tonight, one superstar Bear is on her way to play on an international level. Lauren Osdike is right now playing in China on a USA All-Star team against some other countries, and she took a little time to sit down with Rachel Turnock and myself on Bear Zone last week. Take a look at what she had to say. You are getting ready to go to China.
Mm-hmm.
You were selected to play in the U.S. All-Star team.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's called Net Scouts All-Stars, and they pick girls from a bunch of different conferences around the U.S. So there's a girl going from Michigan, Northern Iowa, Gonzaga, all of those different types of schools, and we're all basically meeting together, and we're flying into LAX, and we're going to practice there one time, flying out to China, and we'll be playing 3 different cities. So we'll be playing 9 games in 14 days, which is going to be exhausting. But we're playing one of the Chinese national teams, the Britain national teams, and one of the Australian national teams. So we'll play each of those teams 3 times kind of thing and travel around China and go to 3 different cities. We're going to the south side of China, so it's going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great and playing with a lot of great girls on the team. And it should be fun. I'm really excited.
It's got to be pretty emotional for you, especially leaving on Monday.
Yeah, I know. I'm leaving on Monday. I'm like thinking about all the stuff I got to pack and the random stuff I have to pack, but it's going to be fun. I'm really excited. I'm a little bit nervous, but it should be good. I don't know.
I think just an awesome opportunity.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be awesome.
Tell us, now that you've concluded your time as a Bear, tell us what you're looking forward to for the team next year.
Next year, they're going to be awesome. You know, I said this in our banquet, that I'm sad to leave this program because to see where it's gone since my freshman year till now is unbelievable. My freshman year, we didn't even make the conference tournament. We were finishing 8th in the conference, and now they're finishing 1st and 2nd. So they've got a very, very promising future here at UNC, and they're just going to keep getting better recruits, and they have a very, very bright future ahead of them. And you know, I'm joking around with them like, one of these days you're going to get in the NCAA tournament. You're so close. So yeah, I'm really excited for them, and I'm excited to see what they have in the future. They still have a lot of great players on this team and getting more and more in. So yeah, it should be good.
Very cool to have her back in the studio. She used to anchor here. It was a lot of fun to welcome her back to her old stomping grounds.
She felt right at home, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We wish her the best of luck, of course.
Yes, we do. After the break, we've got the perfect summer dish for you to make.
Stick around. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
On Friday, the ropes course played host to a rather unique event called Tune Up. The event focused on the 3 aspects of health: physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. To get a closer look, we sent out Bear News reporter Jordan Doucette. Jordan?
It's called the Tune Up, the rec center coordinated event that focuses on physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. These aspects will take you to infinity and beyond. This part of the tune includes physical and mental health. While climbing, your mind must be focused on the task at hand. We spoke with event coordinator Sergio Cirillo, who attempted the course himself, successfully, I might add.
The whole event was just planned around the 3 dynamics of health, which is physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. So I planned a little bit differently. I looked for meditation kind of thing, so we incorporated yoga. We had a physical portion.
The physical part of the event consisted of full body workouts and cardiovascular training.
And the 3rd dynamics was the ropes course, which you guys have seen. And what we incorporated here was kind of a mental portion. We really wanted people to get outside the box, really have to push themselves mentally, really have to be like, okay, I have to make this jump and I'm going to push myself to do it. And that's just kind of motivates you. It can motivate you in all aspects of life. It can be like, I need to push myself to be better in school. I need to push myself to be more physical. I need to push myself to do this and so forth.
One of UNC's most unique events, Tune Up, well, it was a hit. Reporting from the ropes course, I'm Jordan Doucette, Bear News.
Thanks, Jordan. What a unique event for students take part in. It's always interesting to see the ideas UNC students can come up with.
Well, summertime is just around the corner. Kristen Skovalich is in the kitchen cooking up a picnic classic. Kristen, what's on the menu today?
To make an authentic Greek pasta that you can make in just minutes. You're going to need some bow tie pasta, some diced vegetables, some feta cheese, and a couple other ingredients just to add a little more flavor. First, you're going to bring a pot of water to a boil. Then add the noodles and let them boil for roughly 10 to 12 minutes. While your pasta is cooking, add some extra virgin olive oil, lemon juice, and salt and pepper, and you're done boiling. You're going to want to drain them. And then you're going to toss it and get them coated really well. Next, you're going to add your mixed vegetables into the bowl with your pasta. Next, you're going to place the lid onto your bowl and then mix it up really well. Last but most importantly, add 8 ounces of feta cheese. And put your lid back on and give it one more good shake. And your pasta is done. The best part about this pasta is that it doesn't contain any mayonnaise, so it will last longer on that sunny day.
Reporting from Greeley, I'm Kristen Skovalich, Bear News.
Sounds yummy, Kristen. Thank you. It is time for our weekly Pinterest photo. Here's a great way to inflate balloons without the help of helium. Just place the balloon on top of a water bottle with vinegar and baking soda inside. The reaction results in inflating the balloon.
Well, as you guys may know, this is actually our last show of the semester, and on behalf of everyone at Bear News, we would like to thank all of our seniors. To my right, we have our incredible anchors, Megan Pressler and Jamie Arterburn. They bring a smile to our face every single week here at Bear News. And on the end over there, we've got Ben Warwick. He's our sports producer and our sports anchor. He's revolutionized our sports department over the past year here. And of course, we've got the behind-the-scenes crew. We have our executive producer, Colleen Allison, and our director, Sam Fox. Those two have made everything possible here at Bear News, week in and week out. And of course, you can't forget the rest of our crew, our technical director, Anthony Sechrist, and our crew members and reporters, Raymond Janoctonye, Garrett Spradlin, and Shan Yang. And we wanted to thank all of you, our viewers, for making our show everything it is today. So for the last time, you guys want to take us home?
So sad.
Well, thank you very much, Paul. We do appreciate this. Thank you for joining us this evening. We'll be back next semester.
Until then, stay up to date on our Facebook page, Bear News 98. Be sure to like us.
Have a great summer.